So a few days ago, I recorded some audio for a video about Stop Killing Games and Pirate Software, but then I got into a weird internet beef with an AI character called BMO. He's like an AI children's character. He still needs a 1v1 me in Peppa Pig boxing, but the video never got put out, and now it actually gave me more time to think about some things. So if you don't know, I'll give you a quick cliff note. Stop Killing Games just makes it so, like, at the end of a game's life, we still have access to it and they can't end it all. For example, the crew, and I do have some other examples. So if you're a EU gamer, please sign this petition. It's at about 500,000 signatures. It needs to get to 1 million. They're just trying to make this so that there's laws in consumer protection. That's the main point, and people keep missing that. That needs to be at the beginning of every video. I'll put a link down to the petition there below. But yeah, this is a major problem. For example, the crew's in a lawsuit right now. We know that. And I remember when I bought the DLC for Destiny 2, all of a sudden I went to play it one day and my DLC was gone. It was like $80 worth of DLC. So I hope you know, Bungie, that you'll never be the company you were in the Halo trilogy. And I'll never play a Bungie game again in my life. I was actually really mad about that because it's anti-consumer. And all these practices that are going on are very anti-consumer. And there's examples of this. Again, people are missing the point, some of them. So there actually has been legislation to help gaming. For example, when loot boxes were out of control, they considered it like gambling because it was randomized. You didn't know what you were getting. Kids were spending way too much money, and the bright colors were similar to slot machines. So then regulation came in. For example, in 2018, Belgium put into law pretty much telling FIFA, out of all things, that you got to get rid of loot boxes or there's going to be a lawsuit. So there has been regulations. And the more popular gaming has become, the more predatory it has become. So we all know, if you've watched any pirate games or killing software games, that Blizzard says they'll take away your purchase at any point, and they shouldn't be allowed to do that. Once you purchase something, you should purchase it. For example, like if you purchase even a service, you should know when your service ends. So even before you buy a game, if it's a service and it's going to end, it should tell you explicitly before you purchase this, you will no longer have access to it at this date. That should be minimal practice. And then people wouldn't buy any game that had that. They would tank, because they would be honest and transparent. And that's what needs to be done. There has to be some law that goes into place. But what happened is a guy named Pirate Software, as you know, went on and he pretty much gave a bunch of false information on what Stop Killing Games was. He started going on about like single player games and stuff. And in my old channel, so I actually had a channel 2 years ago. I've been dormant for about 2 years, over 2 years. And I did a face reveal, and then people made my life hell at work, and I tanked the channel. So I haven't done commentary in a very long time, but actually now I am driving to work, hands-free, Bluetooth, as I do this rant. So I may miss some points because I obviously can't study, but I studied some of my points the night before. So he went on, he gave a bunch of false facts, and really, again, I've been a big component. So if a game is about to end, we should have the code so we can either do our own server or play against bots. Or, for example, the crew has single player. We should still be able to play the single player. It makes zero sense at all that these games just end and we don't have access to what we purchase. So he would say stuff like, oh, we need to turn multiplayer games into single player games. And it wasn't what it was about at all. And then major creators such as Charlie and Asmongold went on and pretty much told Pirate Software he was wrong. Even Charlie even called him. And Pirate Software will not admit it. And when I realized he had an ego problem, is now he's blocking people. So people are commenting and saying like, hey, this is Charlie's video. I was actually a fan of yours. So even people that are like, hey, man, you're wrong. Like, I'm a fan. He's just blocking. He has an ego problem. He will not admit he's wrong. And it's really easy to do. Like, if I ever have a bad take, I don't mind saying I was wrong about everything. I'm not going to be right about everything. I could easily miss the mark in the video. And I think that's fine. If you follow up and you're like, hey, I was really wrong about this, I now know more, you know. He doesn't even have to be the spokesperson for Stop Killing Games. Just say you were wrong, man. It's literally that easy, right? Anyways, I just really want to talk about that, and I also think it's crazy that I'm up to 200 subs, because like a day ago I was at 126. That is insane, guys. Thank you so much. That's crazy, man. Hopefully one day I won't have to work 2 jobs, and I'll actually get to record in like a real booth instead of through my Bluetooth on my way to work and then editing on my breaks. So thank you guys so much for subbing, liking the videos, sharing them. Let me know what you think about the Stop Killing Games and Pirate Software. And if you have a chance to support them, then go ahead. Please support Stop Killing Games. Really, it is pro-consumer. And hopefully things get done to make things better for gamers, because games are getting more expensive, as you can see by the Nintendo Switch, and we absolutely should have those protections that once we have a game, it is ours. Because even if you buy a physical copy, you're still just getting a code. You're not actually getting the games anymore. So we should 100% have protections, especially with how big gaming is. This is absolutely predatory, and it's absolutely unfair to consumers. Anyways, thank you. I really appreciate you all. I think it's crazy how many subs I have. See ya.